Have you ever wondered how our world got so busy, so full of towering cities, roaring machines, and products from every corner of the globe? It wasn't always like this. For thousands of years, life was slow, tied to the land and the rhythm of the seasons. Then, in a relatively short span of time, everything changed. Welcome to the birth of the industrial world. Our story begins in 18th century Britain, not in a grand palace, but in humble workshops and quiet fields. Before this, most things were made by hand, at home. A weaver would spend days creating a single piece of cloth. A blacksmith would forge tools one by one. Life was predictable, but also limited. Growth was slow, and the idea of mass production was pure fantasy. Then, a series of brilliant inventions sparked a revolution. It started with textiles. The flying shuttle, the spinning jenny, and the water frame made weaving and spinning cloth faster than anyone could have imagined. Suddenly, one person could do the work of dozens. But these new machines were large, and needed more power than human hands could provide. So factories were built along rivers, harnessing the force of the water to drive the machinery. But the real game changer was steam. James Watt's improved steam engine in the 1770s was a masterpiece. It could be built anywhere, not just by a river. It could power bigger, faster machines. And most importantly, it could move. Steam power gave us the locomotive and the steamboat. For the first time in history, goods and people could travel faster than a horse could run. Distances that once took weeks to cover could now be crossed in days. The world began to shrink. This new industrial power demanded fuel, and the fuel was coal. It also required a stronger material for all these new engines and structures, and that material was iron, and later, steel. A massive new industry rose from the ground, dedicated to mining coal and forging iron. The landscape of countries like Britain began to change, with smokestacks piercing the skyline and railways cutting across the countryside. Of course, this revolution wasn't just about machines and materials. It was about people. Millions left their farms and flocked to the cities, seeking work in the new factories. This created a new kind of society and a new working class. Cities exploded in size, becoming bustling, chaotic centers of production and innovation. Life was hard, hours were long, and conditions were often dangerous. But it also offered opportunities and a kind of dynamism the world had never seen before. The Industrial Revolution wasn't a single event, but a cascade of changes that fed to one another. New technology led to new industries, which led to new social structures, which in turn fueled more innovation. It was the moment we learned to harness energy on an unprecedented scale, fundamentally reshaping our relationship with the planet and with each other. It laid the foundation for the modern age, from the smartphone in your pocket to the global economy that connects us all. It was loud, messy, and transformative, the true birth of the world we live in today. Thanks for watching. If you found this journey into the past interesting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more stories about how our world came to be. See you next time.